My name is Gift Chinyelo. This NUS 456. This presentation is in fulfillment of my BSN requirement at the ECPI University. Planning experience. In planning the project, I learned the following. I learned that it is good to begin promoting such event at least 4 weeks ahead of time. Promoting the event well ahead of time, ahead of the event day, can help people adjust their schedule to free up time to attend the event. It might attract more people if the event is a kick-off another fun event. It is important to identify targeted community to health fair. External resources in this case can include community agencies, volunteering organization, and non-profit organization. Considering space available. When planning an health fair, consider the space you have available. Considering space available early in the planning stage allows the organizer to know what can and cannot be accommodated. It helps to leverage external resources. Leveraging external resources can help ensure a successful event. Considering if other population events has been scheduled in that area, ensure that no other event already scheduled in targeted community to avoid low health fair attendance. Contact and communication experience. I experienced the development of partnership through effective communication. Communication with key players are quite important. Mentor consider of many roles. Harvesting AL 2019. In communicating with my mentor, I understood that mentoring is multifaceted. Owner of the project venue involved rigorous negotiation. It is an undertaking considered of various rules executed concurrently. My professor. A mentor may play the role of advisor, affiliator, challenger, coach, counselor, encourager, model, cooperation, sponsor, and educator. Notes Harrison ELAL 2019. Advertisement experience. My project experience taught me that executing such projects, one must consider the following. Different people respond to different methods of message differently. Use of intense incentives to attract participants. Negotiating keeps one at his or her hand's end, ensuring that all grounds are covered, including time and date, was in my case as talk in 2023. Clearly posts, securing a consent to and convincing stakeholder to sign on what you desire is different but important. This was my experience negotiation, use of the venue from the owner. This weekly journal enters mixed real-life work situation where a nurse is required to execute an evidence-based project and must write reports to inform the managers of the progress of the project. In advertising my experience, I invite over 23 people to the health fair, but only 13 of them attended the event. In view of that, I learned that it is important to use as many information this dissemination method as possible to promote such events. Such of intensive incentive can play a key role to engage individual in participating in health fairs and subsequently carry out self-care action. For example, May ELAL 2018 states that it is important. Therefore, create an incentive that impacts and compare an individual to initiate desired behavior changes. Experiencing projects meaning. I learned that community health fair provides a great opportunity to care for the underserved and underinsured. The participants of this fair did not pay for the exercise but receive valuable services. This aspect of my experience is supported by the research. For example, my experience emphasized the notion that community health fair is a great way to disseminate valuable information for disease prevention. It is a novel to spread information for disease prevention. It is highly interactive in nature. Impact on future practice. I can apply my experience in future practice in many ways. 1. Developing participant tracking method after the event. Whereas I did not develop a tracking method in this project, it was an academic exercise. I learned that by developing tracking method, the organizer can maintain contact and follow up with the participants to determine participants' progress in the applications of the skills and knowledge obtained from the event, from the fair, and further determine any assistance that they may need. Identifying changes, improvements for further events. Using mental services as a learning tool to prevent quality care. During and after this project, I was required to analyze the project. In doing so, mistakes taken during the project implementation became obvious, and I became aware of where improvement could be needed when organizing such projects in future. The awareness will help prepare for further events. One of the most important aspects of this project was the mentoring part. I learned the importance of mentoring and came to appreciate the role they play in shaping nurses for further practice. In conclusion, summary of the project. The possibility for health fair activity are infinite. Health fair can include individuals, families, and community members. In organizing the projects, I learned that it is important to identify the targeted populations, promote the event earlier enough, consider the space available, and leverages internal resources that will help to promote the event. Also, it is important to collect aggregated results from the individuals to determine if the goals and objectives were achieved or met. Identify and change all improvements identify any changes or improvements for next events. Keep a record of everything done in planning this event to guide future health fair planning. Lastly, I became aware of the challenges role of mentorships, and it is important in shaping body nurses for the future.